a South African living in the Netherlands, and I work for NTT Data Incorporated, a global technology and tech services provider. Yeah, my role, I lead sales transformational projects, and before that used to lead global sales enablement, and just have a really keen passion and interest for revenue enablement in general, and adopting scalable, relevant, and useful tools for salespeople. The challenges we had at that time in our business that drove us to consider a platform, a revenue enablement or sales engagement platform, were, I guess, the usual suspects. We didn't have governance on our sales enablement content. We didn't have a content management strategy. We were leveraging SharePoint, and in English we say every man and his dog could create a microsite or a SharePoint page where they would reinvent the wheel. So from that perspective, we absolutely needed a solution. But the primary reason was we integrated several companies into one, actually 38 plus organizations into one, and we had hundreds of different systems and platforms, and it was a great opportunity to invest in an evergreen platform and start fresh. So that led us to Highspot 3 years ago. So how we envisage our team leveraging digital rooms is in 3 ways. So we actually have digital rooms live and available today, but the new capabilities and the new releases of how those work are just going to change the game for us massively. So the 3 ways that we envisage our teams using digital rooms is 1, just quick, simple follow-up. So that's just normal pitching. You met someone at an event, or you bumped into a new client stakeholder in the canteen or in the client's offices, and you just want to say, hey, great to meet you, here's something interesting. Second version is for our salespeople to use templatized digital sales rooms, and we've actually built our templatized digital rooms per industry vertical that we're focused on, so that they can start engaging with clients, but through an industry lens. And then finally, the one that's the most exciting that I hope we can kick off very soon is to customize these digital sales rooms. And that's where we will bring in our account-based marketing teams and just apply a little bit more strategic thought in curating beautifully curated rooms for big accounts, mega deals, and kind of that A-grade client engagement. So our plan to leverage AutoDocs at NTT, and the benefit we think AutoDocs will bring our organization is 1, absolutely to save our salespeople time. 2, to give them what they're asking for. We get asked for this type of functionality and feature often in focus groups or when we solicit feedback from sales teams. But actually, one of the spin-off benefits that I think we're going to get from leveraging AutoDocs is to drive almost inadvertently a CRM hygiene or fix program, because if you don't have your client contacts up to date, and if you don't have your opportunity detail up to date, it's not going to generate powerful information. It's almost like that analogy of garbage in, garbage out. So we have great ambitions to leverage AutoDocs and at the same time, in parallel, just clean up our CRM data. So that's going to be interesting to see if it actually works. But yeah, saving on rep time and improving client engagement at the end of the day. What I love about Highspot's advisory approach is that I think if we bring this thought to that team, they could potentially help us in curating and executing a parallel program to make sure that salespeople are really well informed. Before you use this tool, make sure you have a great set of data to leverage. So we'll see what happens with that team. Yeah, since implementing Highspot, some really big wins were intangible at first, difficult to measure. I think we directly impacted the proficiency of our salespeople to articulate our global value proposition and get exposure to parts of our portfolio and what we can do for our client base that they had never had access to in the past. When you bring different opcos living or working off different systems together, they don't have visibility into some of the discrete information that helps them figure out who's who and who to sell with and what works. So that was one of the big intangible wins. And then the more tangible success stories relate to just generating net new pipeline across go-to-markets, sales motions that didn't exist in the past. So that relates to cross-selling into big accounts, combining different value propositions, different service offers together, but without a platform that enables an account team to see the big picture and everything that they can position. I don't think that would have been possible. So how we've used Highspot to support our cross-sell initiatives is onboarding. So we onboarded our frontline in different ways because they were getting exposed to new areas of the business. So we kind of ran this global onboarding, like you're being onboarded into our new organization. So onboarding really helped, and consuming, information about different areas of our portfolio using courseware and the full onboarding capability within Highspot. And then that's a really interesting question, actually, because cross-sell is actually quite hard to measure if you don't have integrated CRM systems. And we had and have a challenge of getting that single view of one pipeline or a client 360. But Highspot really helps because you can track the engagements, the buyer engagements across deal pursuits. And that kind of gave us a different view of how a client was engaging and what they were engaging with. And a really great way to start defining sales journeys for cross-sell, that if a client consumes A, they naturally move to B, or vice versa. So that really helped us stimulate and drive cross-sell. In my opinion, a revenue enablement platform plays a massive role in go-to-market initiative success because it really is the lifeblood of that go-to-market initiative. So go-to-market initiatives normally live on slideware and their ideas, and people talk about them in meetings. But with Highspot, you can almost digitize the initiative. So there's a system of record and a very bold and clear ambition on what you hope to achieve, because you can match the initiative's name and description with a set of activities and then outcomes. So I think it's extremely important, and it also is the way you can track and measure your efforts, and if your efforts are resulting in the right outcomes, and you can do that cost-benefit analysis. So yeah, I think it's really, really important. Because in Highspot today, you can manually put that together, and you have great insights, analytics, evidence of sales enablement at work, but you still have to manually pull it together. And I think with the release of this new feature, now it's going to be there at a click of a button. Business challenge that we overcame was, I don't think unique to us, but often when I refer to it, some my peers or colleagues or people I meet from other companies are surprised. And it was that when we started investigating and running a massive RFP process for a sales engagement platform, we also were transitioning sales enablement as a capability out of marketing into its own sales-led capability. And that felt impossible. It felt like we couldn't at scale change mindsets, change behavior, build credibility, and almost like surgically remove a capability out of a very mature and established marketing function into a new sales strategy and operations function. So that felt impossible, but I think making the investment in a sales engagement platform helped the sales enablement team build the confidence that it needed, but then also establish its credibility in an organization of 40,000 plus employees. So that was a really big win, and it felt impossible, but it was possible. Highspot is evolution. Like, it will survive. It is at the forefront of stuff. So Highspot is evolution.